Welcome to Chana Talks Live TV. I'm Chana Gilman, your relationship mastery mentor, where I teach you that if you change your thoughts, you change your life. No joke. There's a few things that need to be said. One I want to share is that happened to me. Hi, Debbie. That was really so touching. One of the most memorable moments since my mother's passing. Hi, Ayala. I got up from my Shiva, my 7 days of mourning for my mother, on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I went back to work, and at the end of the day, I was handed a card by all of the employees. Hi Faggy, and I said, I'll read this when I get home. And I went home, and I made a coffee, and I sat down to read this card. And it was your typical card of, you know, everybody wrote a short sentence that they were sorry for the loss of my mother and yada yada. But one note touched me so much that I have to share it with you. It was written by a fellow, let's call him George, and he's 23 years old. And he wrote there, "Dear Chana, hi Esther, I am so sorry about the loss of your mother. If you ever need to talk, I'm a really good listener." This came from a 23-year-old kid. I was so moved. Are you? Like, isn't that just amazing? What was so amazing that touched me and has touched everybody that I've told about it? His vulnerability. He didn't think twice to write what he really felt. He didn't get scared, well, she's, 3 times my age, and why would she ever talk to me? And he just put it out there. And I'm telling you that was one of the most moving experiences that I've had. And we spoke about it when I went back. It was really very special. But now to the point of this video. I had a lot of experiences of people reaching out. And as I've said, my Facebook family, most that didn't know me, wrote through Messenger or posting on Facebook. But then there are those that are very close to me. And I sent, when my mother passed, anyone in Hebrew, I'm not taking the time to struggle to read your name, but hello, and I'm thrilled you're here. I sent an email, a blind CC, to my closest and nearest, dearest friends, and a couple of rabbis that I'm very close to, and I wrote in the email, my mother passed this morning. And everybody, as you was expecting it at some point. Fine. One of those very dear friends was great. She was with me through the Shiva, phone calls, etc. But I got up, as I said, on Tuesday. We didn't talk that week, and on Friday I got a text, Shabbat Shalom. On Sunday, this was last Sunday, which was a fast day for the Jewish people, she lives on the East Coast, and I got at the end of her fast, "How is your fast going?" Now I'm feeling, this is bothering me. These texts are bothering me. The next week, which was, I guess, this past Wednesday, I got a text, "How are you feeling?" And I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. Now, I get Shabbat Shalom, Good Shabbos texts from numbers of people every Friday. Why did hers bother me? Why? Okay, second story. I have another friend that was on that email. I didn't hear from her through all of Shiva, but I didn't focus on it, and I understood that maybe she didn't get the email or see it. I didn't think twice about it. I got up from Shiva on Tuesday. On Wednesday, she sends me, as many people do in WhatsApp, I got some sort of a video, hi Lisa, a video or a picture, I don't know what she sent, with nothing. So I wrote there, "I'm not sure you saw my email last week. My mother passed and I got up from Shiva yesterday." She writes back, "Oh my gosh, I never saw the email. I think you wrote to an old address." And then in the next day maybe, there was a missed call on WhatsApp. She lives on the East Coast, has never before called me on WhatsApp. We talk on our cell phones. I don't hear my WhatsApp calls. Okay. Don't hear from her, don't hear from her. I'm going on with my life, not focusing. Friday, this past Friday, I get a WhatsApp picture with flowers, Shabbat Shalom. And I'm like, are you kidding me? About 2 hours later, this was a Shabbos called Shabbos Nakamu, and everybody's sending a good Shabbos with I get this cow picture from her. Now I am losing my grip. So I write, as much as I love hearing from you, asking how I'm doing would feel much more meaningful. She writes back, oh, you're right, but I'm so overdue soon. What? This woman isn't overdue pregnant, trust me. I write back, overdue? Are you pregnant? And I said, seriously, 2 minutes? My mother died, for goodness sake. She calls immediately on WhatsApp. Chana, if you only knew what I'm going through. I said, I don't care what you're going through. She takes care of an elderly mother. I said, is your mother still alive? She said, yes. I said, are you okay physically? She said, yes. I said, then you know what, sweetie? Because I care about us so much, I'm going to tell you I trump it all right now. I'm the one that matters in this picture. It was a nice conversation. I had to get back to work and we hung up. She said, you're right. Beautiful people, why am I telling you these stories? Do you have people that you get texts from that you know it's off? Why were these off for me? Because these were close relationships with women that I speak to and count as my inner circle. We speak to each other, we share with each other. And I knew and felt intuitively that these relationships were changing due to texting. Now, both of these women, and especially the one with the pictures, prides that she's not on social media. She doesn't waste her time there, and she hardly is ever, she's on the computer for her business, but doesn't do the social media stuff. But here's the thing that needs to be said. I don't care if you don't go to Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook. I'm talking to the social media crowd because here I am. But where in your life have you allowed your texting to diminish relationships? And my guess would be mainly with your children and with your spouse or significant other. Why do I say that? Because when I was a kid growing up and it was dinner time, my mother or father walked over to my room and opened the door and said, we're having dinner in 10 minutes. Sometimes they said, oh, what are you doing? And we sat down and had an instantaneous 2-minute conversation. What happens today? Mommy is too breathless from whatever she's doing in the kitchen or at her desk or wherever, and sends a text down the hall to tell the kid dinner's in 10 minutes. You with your spouse, we need potatoes, can you pick them up after work? Not, hi honey, hey handsome, beautiful, how are you doing? These things come out in phone calls. And then I work with you empty nesters who have your husband that all you do is text each other, and now you're home alone and it's dead silence because you've lost the human connection, the communication. Don't pride yourself on not being on social media if you're in texting and everything is diminishing around you. There's tones of, my boys call me. My younger one is a total texting generation guy. I get that, but he knows he's got to call me. And what do I do when I hear their voice? I pick up on what's going on in their life. My daughter-in-law FaceTimed me 2 weeks ago, I don't know when, 3 weeks ago, and I instantly saw on her face that something was wrong, and I said, what's the matter, sweetie? And she burst out crying, and she told me something that had happened from her work. She told my son later, how does mommy know just by looking at my... We're losing that sensitivity. Are you willing to let that go? I hate the word challenge. Everybody's challenging today. I challenge you on a 20-day workout, and I challenge you on that. If I hear another challenge, I'm so lost interest. But I want to suggest to you, hi Sherry, to pick someone close to you and cut the texting. Bring that relationship back in a human way. Start talking. Pick up the phone. My friend that wrote the third text that said, how are you doing? When I called her and I explained this, I said, it's only because I care about us. We used to have a deep relationship. She said, well, I didn't know if you were working and could talk. What? First of all, you could have said that. Can you talk right now? She says, and I knew you would pick up the phone if you could, like you did. I picked up the phone to tell you something is really wrong here. Now, are they required to agree with me? Absolutely not. They may like the texting. You may like it. But I'm not willing to let my significant relationships dissolve in ways because we're moved to a texting situation. No. Do you know that I read an article about a month ago? It was a magazine that interviewed Nicole Kidman. She's an actress in Hollywood. She lives in Australia, and her husband is very famous musician Keith Urban. So they were interviewing her, and she said in this article, we've been married for 12 years, and not once have we ever texted each other. And the interviewer asked her why. And she said, because we both agree that that could be the thing that sucks the soul out of our relationship. And I'm here to tell you how much I agree with her based on my 2 experiences. Ladies, I had 9 other people text me good Shabbos. Not each one I was appreciative of. I appreciate hearing from them. But the one closest to me, hi Tall, wasn't okay. Wasn't okay. You are allowed to express your needs. Why don't you? Because you're afraid it won't come out well. It'll be harsh, it'll be demanding, it'll be needy. This is what I teach my clients. This is what I've learned in my own life. Will these women stop texting me and only call? I don't know, but they certainly know that it's my preference. I also have to pick up the phone. It's not a one-way street ever. But choose one relationship that you know what I'm saying is true. You know it. If this is resonating, nod your head yes. Wow, there's a lot of you. Anyway, that's my suggestion. Pick one person, one kid, the husband, the girlfriend. Stop the texting. Obviously, if there's an emergency, it's a wonderful tool. But for relationships that you want to keep close and you want to keep real, don't go down that road. And if you have, step off of it one person at a time and watch things transform it back to much more meaningful. I've had some delicious talks with one of my friends. One hasn't called back. It's okay. I'll reach out. I'm not angry. But I certainly have a right to express what is not working for me and what I prefer. And so do you. So do you. I have another rampage that I'm going to do tomorrow. Hi, Rifki. That I'm going to do tomorrow. So stay tuned. I had a lot of experiences that I have a lot of material for. I told a friend of mine that as of yesterday, I had done 192 videos, and how I'm closing in on coming to 200. And he's someone that used to do videos and stopped, and he couldn't get over the creativity and the ideas and the work and the planning that goes into creating a video. And I said I couldn't disagree more, because I don't plan my videos. I live my life and share it. Because here's the thing, beautiful people, if it's working for one, it's working for all. Or if it's happened to me, it's happened to a few of you. Maybe not every experience I have, you have, but I'm sharing real life, and these are human conditions. Hi, Shlomo. These are human conditions. Don't pride yourself on what a great, excuse me, sorry, on what a great, you're over 50 and you've learned to text very quickly and you're shooting them out so fast. I know it's generational. My 25-year-old son doesn't need phone calls like his mother does. But yeah, I do need them. In fact, the second one I wrote where I said, you can't take 2 minutes, my mother died, for goodness sake, I actually tested that I apologize if this is coming out too harsh. And then I stopped and I thought, What? It's not written with harsh energy, so she won't feel harsh energy. And I meant every word I said, and I deleted that second part. And she totally got it. Trust me, if you're upset and you're putting on a fake smile and using pretty words, you're not doing anything to shift the energy, and it's the energy they're reading, just like God does. I love you. You are beautiful people. For anyone that hesitates to join my private Facebook group, which is Relationship Mastery with Confidence and Dignity, go to my YouTube channel, Chana Gilman, and catch up on some old videos. See if you like my message. I'm pretty consistent. And go over there, catch up, see if you need more, because you probably are needing more information than one or two videos that you tune in for. My name is Chana Gilman. I'm your Relationship Mastery Mentor. Bye, everybody.